really easy to lose all your money because it's just numbers on a screen.
My particular example of someone who bets at home, it's pretty sad and you get very addicted in silence.
It's the latest craze hitting the internet, online poker, and it's not just your traditional gamblers who are logging on. The sites are pulling in a larger number of women and younger players who may have never stepped inside a casino ever. Now the world's biggest online poker company, Party Gaming, is planning to go public later this month. And when it does, it could be the biggest flotation or IPO that London has seen in more than 4 years. Analysts bet Party Gaming could be valued at up to $10 billion overall. So why is online poker proving so popular? Joining me now is David Day, Managing Director for Nielsen NetRatings in Europe, Middle East and Africa. So why so popular?
Well, I think it's really to do with the way that people interact with the internet. The internet has now become, if you like, not just a channel for geeks and people who are, at the margins of what we do, but essentially it is something which has everyone in the country is now comfortable with, and not just obviously the UK, but the US, etc.
Well, Sweden and France actually seems to be leading the way in terms of the popularity of online gaming.
Indeed they do, and I think one of the drivers here, and what's really changing here, is internet penetration. It's become much more mainstream. It's actually broadband which is helping to evolve the market. What we're finding is within the entertainment category as a whole, and in particular interactive types of applications like online gaming, we have a very high proportion of people who use broadband who are accessing these sites.
How big are the sums of money involved? How much money are people putting in and actually probably losing mostly?
Well, the interesting thing is we have done some research where we have looked at people who gamble and also looked at people who gamble online. And what we find is that you are twice as likely, if you are a high-frequency gambler, you're twice as likely to be using the internet. And similarly, we find a very high proportion of online gamblers who are spending, if you like, at the top end, which is about £100 or more a month on gambling.
So in other words, what you're saying is the people who gamble a lot are now doing it online, and the people who stake large amounts of money are now doing it online.
Certainly, who will gamble a lot in a month, they will tend to be online as well. That's
so
right.
Basically, this is very bad news for casinos and traditional gaming establishments, isn't it? Particularly as they try to develop other things like drinks and so on.
Well, I'm not sure if it's actually bad news or whether what's really happened is that the market is being expanded. I mean, the interesting thing that we see, if you take the UK market, for example, there's about 4 million people a month who go to some sort of gambling or sweepstakes site. About 1 million of those go to casinos. And so, what is it which is driving people to use these types of sites? Well, as I said, obviously the internet and the structural things are driving it, but it's also to do with the way that we interact with the internet. I mean, there is very little...
It's become a little bit unreal in a way. With it's not like you're putting chips on a table in the same way.
It's the anonymity of it, if you like. I mean, it's a very different situation, to walk into a casino, pull up a chair for the first time and sit at a poker table. Doing it online, the barriers to entry are very much lower. And I think that's one of the reasons that people are going in the way that they are.
David Day, thank you very much. David Day of Nielsen NetRatings. Let's have a quick look at the stock market numbers. Over on Wall Street, the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 relatively unchanged. The Nasdaq up just about